All right, guys, what is going on? Back again with another Arbitrum ecosystem update. And as usual, before we get into it, nothing in this video is financial advice, and everything I say is my opinion and my opinion alone. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. First tweet we have here from SciTweak, or PSY Tweak, I think Sci is correct. SciTweak says Arbitrum has 2 of the top 5 spots right now. This time next year, when a few more orbit chains launch, I wonder how much of the top 10 will be Arbitrum. And in this case, the tweet refers to a picture of the L2Beat kind of TPS dashboard. L2Beat is essentially a website that tracks layer 2 stats and kind of decentralization metrics. In this case, he put up a picture of essentially how much TPS each layer 2 chain is hitting, at least the past daily TPS. And as you can see, you have Arbitrum 1 at number 2 with 13 TPS, as well as Arbitrum Nova at number 4 with 4.74 TPS. For those who don't know, Arbitrum Nova is essentially like the gaming slash social chain, like Arbitrum chain. There's 2 public ones, Arbitrum 1, which is the one that everyone knows and loves, and Arbitrum Nova, which is, like as I mentioned, the gaming social one. A lot cheaper in in cost and uses the AnyTrust architecture. So it's not necessarily like a full rollup. It's more of like akin to what a Validium is for ZK rollups. I think they're being called Optimums now. I don't know. It's a funny name, right? Optimums. But yeah, no, what can I say? I mean, I totally agree with SciTweak here. And it's not something I actually really thought about too much before this, though. Because if you think about it, like currently, just as a great example, to be honest, is OP mainnet and base. So both of those, obviously layer 2s, are technically using Optimism's code base, right? And those are only 2 of them. And frankly, both of them are hitting a little bit below 4 TPS. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I'm really excited to see like the likes of Xi, Frame, Phoenix, like a ton of different layer 2s, layer 3s even, when they do actually launch on this dashboard. Because I've said it time and time again, like each new layer 2 launch is it's only additive to the ecosystem, depending on how they go to market, right? I mentioned Xi and Frame because those are 2 great examples of layer 2s that will attract a completely different audience that Arbitrum 1 or Nova never attracted. And that's where the value comes in. Low key, the value comes in the way they hit the market from a marketing perspective. Because they already have the infrastructure, of course, provided by Arbitrum. All they have to do to differentiate is literally their go-to-market, marketing, etc., and of course the audience that they try to hit. So that's where you're going to see like Ethereum via layer 2s, layer 3s just absolutely annihilate in terms of TPS. I think up until now, you've had like the OP stack kind of be probably like the forerunner in terms of like people forking it, creating their own chains. And in all honesty, like there hasn't been a ton that's come out of that in terms of like activity, as you can clearly see. But that's why I'm very excited to see the Arbitrum ones come out. Very biased. I'm literally wearing a hat with this as Arbitrum on it. Very biased, but I do think that that's the biggest difference that you're probably going to see with a lot of Arbitrum stack chains, or Arbitrum orbit chains in this case. I think a lot of them understand where they fit in the whole kind of layer 2 space. And that's literally in their go-to-market. That's going to be the biggest differentiator, not just being another one of the Arbitrum stack chains. So yeah, shout out to SciTweak on the great tweet. Thought I'd figure I'd kind of talk about that a little bit. Next tweet we have here from Uniswap. Uniswap says L2s have been on a tear the last 12 months. Swap volumes from January 2023 versus January 2024. And they literally show a picture here of that literally last year, January, Arbitrum was doing about $1 billion in volume, Polygon about 1.1 billion in swap volume, and Optimism about 0.59 billion. Fast forward to a year later, today, January, Arbitrum is doing 9x the amount of volume that it was last year, which is insane, almost 10 billion. Polygon is doing a little bit under 2x what it was doing last year, and Optimism is actually doing close to 2.5x. So actually pretty good. The only one here, actually, surprisingly, that I guess it's not too much of a surprise, is just Polygon not doing too well. And I think that's because everyone's finally coming around to the fact that it's not a layer 2. They have their, of course, their ZK rollup coming out now. But a lot of the metrics that people still point to for Polygon is still the POS chain, which in this case obviously is the POS chain. So I know Uniswap refers to it as a layer 2. It's not a layer 2. Okay. So can we get someone from Uniswap to listen to this, please? Anyways, I love the Uniswap guys. They're all great. They're all great. But that being said, yeah, Arbitrum obviously is on a tear. It's no surprise that it's completely blasted past that mark it hit literally last year. Next, we have a tweet from Layer3. Layer3 says, Layer3 handshake, Layer3 soon. Now, if you ask me, this is 100% an announcement that they're going to have a Layer3. I don't know what else it could be. I just wanted to point out like how it's hilarious, but it's also like kind of obvious, right? I don't know why I never thought about Layer3 like in this way, like having their own chain. I guess maybe because most people just look at like Layer3, Galaxy, like the different kind of questing protocols as that, literally questing protocols. Well, so when people think about app chains or like chains, they really just kind of think about, yeah, like DeFi projects or gaming applications even. I think that's one thing we're actually going to start to see a lot of, though, like infrastructure-based app chains. That's low-key something that I think no one has really been talking about, but could actually be where the whole app chain thesis actually grows to like this big behemoth. I'm not saying I know what Layer3's strategy is here for a potential Layer3, but that just to me that literally looks exactly like what they're hinting at. I think they also might have points in their platform too, so maybe I should have farmed it more. I don't know, right? Anyways, shout out to Layer3. Big fans of what they're doing over there. Great guys. Last tweet of the day, we have a tweet by Jordan Lyle. He says, Dots by Raven Art drops tomorrow on Prohibition, an inclusive edition at $5 with a burning ecosystem coming soon. Holders of Art Blocks, Proof, and Heartcraft, oh my god, and Heartcraft can claim for free. Thanks to our partners Art Blocks Engine, Arbitrum, and Floor. For those of you who don't know, I'm a huge fan of Prohibition. They essentially they're a platform that allows you to create on-chain generative art. Really, really cool stuff. In this case, there's a new collection dropping by an artist called Raven Art. I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. At $5 a mint, like we all know how it works, right? ETH is just funny money. I'm probably gonna mint like at least like 2 or 3 of these bad boys. They said it launches tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, so definitely take a look there if you want to mint it. I think, and obviously I'll have the link to the tweet in the comment in the description. So if you're actually interested in trying out Prohibition, because I highly recommend you at least try out the platform. It's a really, really cool platform. And maybe you want to mint it, then go for it. Oh, this is the artist, by the way, in question, Raven Art. Oh, they're in Boston. Nice. And as usual, we'll end off with a shill for Beneath the Layers, a community-focused show that your boy hosts, dedicated to showcasing entrepreneurs in Web3 and telling their stories. As you can see, this is me on the mic talking to Ellie from Starkware, co-founder and president of Starkware. I've at this point spoken to about 6 or 7 people. Great conversations around gaming, building, just crypto stuff in general. And I think even some of them are even more macro related. The one with Jill actually is a great macro related one. Not so much crypto, more so much like inflation, economics, and whatnot. But anyways, enough with the show. Thank you guys for watching as usual, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.